Hi, I'm Ashley Schmidt, and I have a small business called Colorfully Enthused, which I use to encourage others through a variety of mediums based on my journey and life musings thus far as a wife of a fireman who's now also a police officer, a dog mom of a tricky pup, a school based OT, occupational therapist, and a new naval officer. To stay organized and also as a therapeutic mechanism, I love to journal. I got into bullet journaling specifically about 4 years ago, and my methods have changed quite a bit since I first began. Um, I used to get kind of frustrated every time I found a new method and I transitioned from an old method. I felt like I was constantly changing and was wondering if I was ever going to find a system that worked for me. But I recently read a quote from a bullet journaler who said something along the lines of, it's okay that we're constantly transitioning and our journaling methods transition and change because that's how life is. Life is not static, it's dynamic, and so our needs constantly change. And what works for us, 1 month might not work for us the next month, let alone something that works for us 1 year might not work for us the next year. So that's been super helpful, that thought process, um, ever since I came upon that. So if I show you my setup and I talk about the setups I've used in the past, if none of this, you want it to work for you and you find that it doesn't work for you, try not to get bent out of shape about it. Use what works for you and then allow yourself to try out new strategies as you're comfortable with it, and without, getting frustrated if you have to start over or go back to your old ways. So anyways, I recently purchased my first ever leather Midori from Chic Sparrow, and I was asked to do a flip through of my setup. So that's why I'm here. I am very delayed in getting this done. I was asked about a couple weeks ago, so maybe, yeah, even more than that. So I apologize to that person. I'm here now, and I am ready to show you. A fair warning, this will not be a beautiful video. The first and last time that I made a YouTube video was 3 years ago. I'm not the least bit techie. That's why I journal and I don't use an online calendar. I am all hands and paper and pens. So I have no idea how to add decor and cuteness to the digital world, especially not in a timely fashion. So what you see here right now is what you get. So let's get started. When I first started bullet journaling in a faux dory, which is a Midori, but it's called faux dory because it's made out of fabric and not out of leather, I watched a lot of videos then on how other people set their faux dories or Midoris up. I could not wrap my head around the way the majority of people did it. I didn't understand each notebook insert having a different purpose. Probably because it's the first time I'd ever even considered that. I'd always just carried a notebook around and everything went in one notebook. So the idea of having separate notebooks, I loved the idea of the system because then I could organize my notes and have different notebooks for different themes, but I couldn't figure it out, at least not at first. So my brain wasn't working that way. I transitioned then to bullet journaling in a large lectern. I don't know how you pronounce that. I enjoyed it a lot. I actually have the 4 that I've used over the past few years right here with me. This one is from like 2017. Then I have this one from 2018. And then I started 2019 in this one. And we'll talk more about that in a minute. While bullet journaling in a lectern, I continued to use a real planner for work to organize my school stuff at work. There were a couple of problems there, though. First, things were separate. I had to carry 2 books essentially everywhere I went. Took my planner and I took my lectern. So I was carrying more items, but also, and then my life was in 2 different books. So if I wanted to go flip through my notes and journaling, I wouldn't know what is in which. But also, I never, since starting in the schools as an OT, I have never found a planner for my work life that lasted me the whole school year. I'd started one, and then midway through the year, I would purchase another one because the one I had initially purchased just didn't fit my needs. It didn't work out for what I needed and wanted to keep track of. So that's when I got the idea in 2019 of making my own planner in a lectern and using my bullet journal, my lectern, then for both work and for personal. And it worked out really well. I really loved it. But then what I found is that, like I do every summer, I didn't want to lug around a big old lectern throughout the summer, where I normally am just taking a purse somewhere, and I don't take my big bag for work. I just take little purses. So then when I don't have the need for so much space, I used a small little notebook that's super cute, and I love it. I love how cute and small it is. But I used this in the summer, and then when the 2019-2020 school year started up, I created a new planner and a new lectern. So my life in 2019 is split between 3 books. The winter, January of 2019, I started here. It works really well, but I didn't want to carry it in the summer. So then summer I transitioned to this little guy. Summer ended and I wanted a new planner for the new school year, so I transitioned back to a lectern. So my life of 2019 is split in a lot of ways. So that's where my new leather Midori from Chic Sparrow comes into play. So far it's been a dream. We'll see if I continue to use it the way I think I will. I purchased specifically the Waypoint Deluxe in the quiet tan color. So Waypoint is one designator of what kind of Chic Sparrow it is. It's a waypoint, and then the deluxe part is how I have all these extra places for, I haven't put much in it yet, but for like gift cards or just little collecting items or pictures that I want to keep, stuff like that. So it just allows me to hold more. That's the deluxe part. So a Waypoint Deluxe, and then the color is quiet tan, and I love it. I'm obsessed. I take it everywhere I go. I love the way it feels. It feels so homey when I hold it in my hands, and it smells so good. It's awesome. I love it. I'm obsessed. But now I'm going to stop talking so much, and I'm going to start showing you how I set it up and what it looks like inside. So here on the outside, we'll start there. I got these little charms from Michaels. Just let your light shine, an A for Ashley, and then there's a little star that came along with the A. I got that at Michaels, and I actually used that on my Fodori also. I just kept the same charms for this one because I love them. It says, let your light shine. So I love that reminder on the front. Then when I open it up, I have this little zipper pouch that holds, let's see if I can do this, like wallet size items here, like pictures, or I put stickers in some. I put these because I use these all the time when I am bullet journaling. And then it also has a zipper. Inside of there, I keep a sticky note pad for just random notes. I love always having sticky notes on me. And a pencil tucked in there. My favorite pencil is the Bic size 0.5. Favorite pencil. I will always buy these pencils even though they only come in boring colors. That's my favorite pencil. The zipper pouch continues to have another zipper on this side, which I put stickers in, a bunch of different kind of stickers in, and it has a little extra pin loop here. So the Midori itself came with a pin loop. There we go. Came with a pin loop, and then this allows me to carry another pen with me. So my 3 favorite writing materials I can carry with me at all times. This is a Faber, I'm going to pronounce everything wrong, Faber-Castell size small. I love this pen. Then I have my pencil, And then my favorite like journaling when I'm writing a bunch is the Papermate Ink Joy Gel 0.7. So that fits right in my pen loop. So that's the first thing. Then I have all of my inserts. I will take these out one by one to show you what they each have. So I decorated these with scrapbook paper. I have a bunch of scrapbook paper already, and then I also went to Michael's and got a few more to make sure I had colors that complemented one another. I don't know the right angle of using this. Let's see if this helps. Okay, so scrapbook paper and scrapbook paper on the front and the back with a glue stick on the inside, and then I do washi tape on the side. So this is my 2020 monthlies. Now the theme thing, I can wrap my mind around all of a sudden. So I have one for monthlies, then I have one for dailies that I also mix. I do my dailies and my weeklies in one. And then you'll see as we go. But my monthlies are kept in here all together. So January, well, I haven't finished my year at a glance. Like my celebrations, I'm keeping in here because it'll last me the whole year. I won't have to rewrite this 3 times like I did in 2019. All my celebrations, birthdays, and stuff will be here in the front. I'm going to definitely add color. I haven't finished this yet. But that is in the front. And then January's finished right here. Now, I haven't finished decorating it since January just ended. But that's where I use this like a planner. I write my things in pencil, and then after the day is done, I fill out that day in pen. So it's like keeps me organized, but then it's also a way to reflect and look back on the fun things of the day or the meaningful things of the day. So this whole thing is just full of monthlies that are not decorated yet. They're just outlined so that I can decorate as I go in case one form of decorating doesn't work for me the whole year long. So I'm excited about that. That is my monthlies. Then I have what I refer to as my day by day. Scrapbook paper, washi on the side. I use packaging tape on the sides to reinforce the paper a little bit more, and then I also do that on my title. I use packaging tape to keep it safe. And here, I do my weeklies sometimes. When I have a week coming up I have a lot going on, sometimes I have to rewrite it. I rewrite it even though it's already in my planner, like the monthly days are there. To get myself organized for the week, I like to rewrite it. So I'll do that here, like a week at a glance, for example, there's one page of a week. I had a busy weekend one weekend, so I did that for the weekend. Another week at a glance. Oh, what? Right here. And let's see. So I use it for that. And then I use it as my gratitude journal each morning when I wake up. This is just like a journal entry of Bible verses that I read that I really enjoyed, and then my gratitude. So it's here for that day and goes over here. These are texts that were meaningful that I wanted to store and keep somewhere, so I put that in there. Then the next day of the lighting. The next day of gratitude is on that next side. I'll put random notes like celebration. You can't see it because there we go. Just like random notes. So I put in here too, plan of action for some new stuff that I'm trying out. Made my plan in this book. So this is my everyday I'm using this. Every day I'm writing this. To journal in, to make plans in, to reflect in. That is my journal. Then I have a notebook, insert, just for the Navy. I just was commissioned in September. My first drill weekend was in December. So it's new to me, and I wanted a place to keep all the notes of things I need to do, things I'm learning, what acronyms are, everything. So it's small enough that when I'm at drill, I can just pull it out and just carry this around with a pen. So it's been very, very helpful. There in the front, I posted a picture of this, so you guys probably saw it, but the Sailor's Creed right there in the beginning of my Navy book. So that's that. And then the last insert that I carry around with me in here, I have not done much with yet. This is my catch-all. The outside is pretty. Scrapbook paper and washi tape. And then on the front I have a Bible verse that says, it's one of my favorites. For by one sacrifice he has made perfect forever those who are being made holy. Hebrews 10:14. I love that Bible verse. So I put that in here. This is my catch-all. The inside will not be pretty like my daily journal is. The daily journal is. I mess up in all the time too. But this will be random thoughts. It's like a brain dump book. Random thoughts that I have that I don't have the time to make look pretty, or I don't have the time to organize yet. I just want to get it on paper so I don't lose it. Also, if Jordan and I are out to dinner and we're talking about something important, and in order to really process it, for me to carry out, or for me to implement or remember, I will write down a couple notes. Or if I'm out with a friend and she gives really good advice or a book recommendation, I'll just jot it down real fast. So this is a catch-all. It will be messy. This is my catch-all from 2019 that I just stuffed in my purse everywhere I went, and there's just random messy notes in. And that's what I planned for this book. I started it out, and it's kind of cute right now, but it will not be. Let's see, where's my first page? But it will not. It will be my catch-all, and I need a catch-all so that I'm not using up all these sticky notes and have nowhere to put them. I can put random notes in there. So those are all of my inserts. Those are the books that I carry around in my Midori, and I love it. I love this whole system. It's working for me right now. I hope that it continues. Right now, I'm continuing out my school year in the lectern that I started the school year in, the 2019 school year, because it is really working for me, and I have so many notes from the school year that I don't want to have to transition out and into something different. So I'm doing this now, but my plan for next school year, is to have that in here instead. Like have a insert that fits in here in a book just for school, for work. So we will see. I think I'll stick to that, but we will have to see. So that is my Quiet Tan Waypoint Deluxe tutorial. If you have any specific questions, let me know. And I hope this video didn't turn out too bad. Have a great night or day or whatever time it is that you are watching this. Thank you for spending some time with me. Have a good one.